Hello 180 degree followers, I am Christopher, also known as Rosenfeld C, and if that doesn't ring a bell, I am also known as the guy that likes to argue with JT on Matt Stone's comment section. If you don't know who Matt Stone is, then my question to you is, where the hell have you been? Do you even know what the internet is? And maybe you should come out of your cave and join the rest of society. And when you decide to do that, you should go check out 180degreehealth.blogspot.com. And by the way, I will be name dropping during this whole video, so if that bothers you, I guess you can hit the mute button or whatever. Anyways, I'm here to talk about this milk diet experiment that I'm going to partake in. Today is day 0. Now you're probably thinking, well, why are you telling me about day 0? Day 0 doesn't mean jack crap. Well, actually, day 0 is just an important day as any other day during the milk diet, because as Bernard McFadden talks about in his book The Miracle of Milk, he suggests that it is very important to do maybe a 1 or 2 day fast before starting the milk diet in order to prep your digestive system to what's about to come. So that is what I'm doing, and I ate very lightly yesterday. I finished eating at around 4, and I have not eaten anything today, so I am hungry, cranky, and even tired, you know. I won't eat anything tonight. I'm gonna go full board until I'm not gonna eat anything until tomorrow morning, so that's gonna be a day and a half of a fast before I start my milk diet experiment. For the milk diet experiment, I'll be drinking this milk right here. It's grass-fed, raw, from Jersey cows. And what I'll be doing is I'll be following the protocol where you drink about anywhere between 8 to 10 ounces of milk every 30 minutes to an hour. I'll try to follow that as best as I can, since I'll be going to college as well, so it's kind of weird to be drinking milk in front of like 200 students in class, so we'll see how that goes. Other than that, I guess I can tell you a little bit about my story and why I'm deciding to do this 6-week experiment. Basically, I'm half Spanish and half American. The reason I'm telling you this is not because, you know, I want you to congratulate me for being Spanish or anything like that. Basically, the reason I'm telling you is because I did live in Spain and other countries in Europe for the first 15 years of my life. Now, why am I telling you that? Well, here's my story. Basically, my whole life I've been thin. I've been skinny, you know, just like I am now. I ate a lot of crap, though. And by a lot of crap, I mean a lot of sugar, a lot of refined carbohydrates. Loved the white pasta. Loved my spaghettis and anything that comes with it. I also used to love Coca-Cola and Dr. Peppers and Sprites and all that. And so that really took a toll on me, and not necessarily in the weight problem that a lot of people seem to have due to excess fructose and just refined carbohydrates in general, but it did screw me up in different ways. And one of those ways was when I was 13, I began having acne. You know, it's supposedly a normal part of every teenager's life, and some people get it worse than others, and obviously they decided to hit me with the worst it could. And at that time, the doctors would all tell me that diet had nothing to do with it, which was great because that meant I could continue eating my chocolate cakes and ice cream and pasta and all the Coca-Colas I could drink in one day. So I continued doing that, and my acne got worse. Like I said, my weight was always fine, and I had plenty of energy. I played soccer almost every day, and it was just really the acne that bothered me. So when I was 15 and came back to America, I decided to nag my parents long enough so that they could take me to a dermatologist. So I did that, and the dermatologist prescribed me antibiotics, doxycycline, for 1 year, and it worked at the beginning, and then it kind of leveled off where it didn't really do much, so then he switched me on to another antibiotic called tetracycline, and I was basically on those 2 antibiotics for 2 years, continuous years, and during that time, I never really thought anything of it. You know, I figured the doctor knew what he was doing, and he wouldn't put me in any harm or anything like that, until I was vacationing in Spain, and my mother, who never really liked the antibiotics, forced me to go to a dermatologist in Spain, and when she found out that I had been on those antibiotics for longer than a month, like, her jaw dropped. Like, I'm not making this up, the doctor's jaw dropped and said, you're not supposed to be taking those for longer than a month. So I was just like, oh, well, that's good to know now, you know, 2 years later. So after that, I stopped antibiotics completely that day, and continued eating normal, I guess, normal, sad, normal, whatever you want to call it. The thing is, I want to point out that it was never really excessive omega-6. Like, you don't really find that in Spain and Italy where I lived in, so that's why I'm still kind of skeptical about the whole, like, it seems like we're kind of taking away the war on fructose right now. Like, I'm not talking about fructose in the fruit. I'm talking about like refined fructose, like from refined sugar. And it just seems like we're kind of saying that it's not as bad, it's worse. Omega-6 might be worse, and that if you put them both together, then that's the worst ever. But I just want to say that I never really did have excessive omega-6, because I mean maybe from a little bit of olive oil, but other than that, it was low fat basically. So, and I still had horrible acne problems. So I just want to point that out. So yeah, the antibiotics. After I stopped them, I never felt the same. I felt horrible, and acne came back even worse. So that's like severe acne. You can kind of tell that I still have acne now. Everywhere it's kind of crappy. And I've been eating for the last 2 months. I've been eating head, or RARF, or whatever we call it nowadays. And basically, I've been eating that way, and it's been low fat too, so low omega-6, and yeah, I still have acne. I think my problem might be candida, or just some kind of digestive problem where my intestinal flora is just screwed up because of the 2 years of antibiotics. I tried everything, and well, everything but vegan. I'm not that desperate yet, so what I mean by everything, I tried colonics, different types of supplements. I did the Candida diet by Bee from healingnaturallybybee.com for 5 months with all the supplements and coconut oil doses and everything, and it did help my acne for a while, but my energy wasn't there, low carbohydrates. So at that time, I also at the end of those 5 months is when I found the bear, and I read everything he said, and I was like really excited at the time. I was like, oh, okay, I know the reason I've been still getting some acne and my energy's gone is because of those little green beans that I've been eating through this Candida diet. So I went straight. I found the zero carb form. Don't really want to name drop them, but yeah, oh well, you can check it out if you want, but I don't recommend it. So did the zero carb form, and I ate carnivorous for 8 months, and during that time, my skin was completely clear. My energy was it was never there. I kept being told that I just had to adapt. It takes time to adapt to using fat as energy, or your energy source or whatever. But it turns out that you need glucose, you need carbs for anaerobic exercise, and that's basically what soccer's about. So it wasn't really helping me out in that direction. So energy was getting worse. I stopped the carnivorous living for Matt Stone's HED head, or now called RARF. Basically, it is a modified head, and what I mean by that is that I do make it anti-gluten for most of the part. I'm still kind of skeptical about gluten, just because like whenever I do eat a little bit of gluten, my symptoms get worse. You can see I have dark under eyes. Well, they get even darker, and it does affect my acne as well, eating gluten. So I have been eating rice though as my grain, but mostly potatoes. As most of my carbohydrates are coming from potatoes. So yeah, that's that. I've been falling head, and head's been great for energy. It's been awesome being able to play soccer again on a consistent basis. But like I said, my acne is still pretty bad, even on low omega-6, low polyunsaturated fat. I'm not supplementing with omega-3 either or anything like that. It just hasn't really helped when it comes to my skin. And the reason I think that is because I have this feeling that these unrefined carbs are still feeding, I don't know, whether it's candida or whatever you want to call it, whatever the digestive intestinal flora problem that I have, it's just not helping it right now. I feel like I need to bring it to like a fresh start. I need a fresh start, balance intestinal flora, and then from there on I can continue to eat head, because it's been fine other than skin and stuff. So basically, I want to